Hello, I'm Pat Reynolds, editor of Packaging World magazine, here with another episode of Technology Minute. Child-resistant closures is the topic for today, and who better to walk us through it than two subject matter experts from MoldRite Plastics. Joining us today from MoldRite are Robert Bartley, Manager of Quality, and Dawn Nowicki, Senior Vice President of Marketing. So, Dawn, tell me about MoldRite Plastics and the types of packaging they supply.
MoldRite Plastics is a single-source supplier of a broad range of plastic packaging, including closures and jars. And what really sets us apart from other suppliers is our outstanding innovation, as well as our unmatched flexibility and responsiveness. We support many markets from household chemicals, foods, pharmaceuticals, nutraceuticals, personal care, health and beauty, and even automotive. Among the company's complete line of products, we have a vast array of CT closures or continuous thread closures, jars, vials, fitments, back and top hinge disc tops, flip tops, twist opens, strap caps, and of course our child-resistant closures.
And Rob, tell us what classifies a closure as child-resistant.
Well, the Consumer Healthcare Products Association, of which MoldRite Plastics is a member, defines child-resistant packaging as special packaging that is used to reduce the risk of poisoning of children through inadvertent handling or ingestion of potentially hazardous items. This special packaging is designed to be significantly difficult for children under the age of 5 to open within a reasonable amount of time, but it's not too difficult for the average adult to use properly.
Can you tell me how this special packaging is regulated?
Sure, Pat. Both the United States Consumer Product Safety Commission as well as the Environmental Protection Agency require the use of special packaging for certain products. The Consumer Product Safety Commission also has the authority to regulate child-resistant packaging in accordance with the Poison Prevention Packaging Act of 1970 and can establish rules requiring child-resistant packaging for specific types of products commonly found in the home. The Consumer Product Safety Commission has a detailed website where you can obtain additional information and find answers to many frequently asked questions.
It seems like there are a lot of products that would be required to have a child-resistant closure on them. Dawn, how large is the market for these types of closures?
Child-resistant plastic closures are actually expected to reach about 11.4 billion units by the year of 2020, net and compound annual growth rate percentage of about 3%. Pharmaceutical closures, child-resistant closures, which includes vitamins and makes up about 79% of the total CR closures, is actually estimated to reach about 9 billion by 2020, which is a 3.3 compound annual growth rate.
So, Dawn, besides pharmaceutical, what other markets are utilizing these closures?
Well, actually, the need for child-resistant closures has expanded far beyond just the pharmaceutical markets into one prime example is nutraceutical packaging. Some of the vitamins and minerals and levels of content that have to be controlled require child-resistant closures for that nutraceutical packaging, and the gummy vitamins actually require these CRCs for that particular market just because they're so attractive to kids. The automotive market, and with all the new fuel additives, is very important to have a control and a child-resistant mechanism on those packages also. And another extension of that is some of these emerging markets where cannabis is becoming legalized and actually open to the public. Now that is requiring child-resistant closures for edibles and even the flowers that they're selling their cannabis in.
And Rob, how are all of these closures tested to verify compliance with these regulations?
Well, testing begins with a senior adult test where 100 seniors between the ages of 50 and 70 are tested. Participants are randomly selected based on requirements that are defined in the Code of Federal Regulations, and they undergo testing within a 5-minute period. If they are successful, during that 5-minute period, additional testing is performed for a 1-minute period. Then passing closures from the senior test that appear to have been resecured are tested by children. The child test starts with 50 children, and depending on the results of that test, can go up to 200 children if necessary. Children tested are between the ages of 42 and 51 months, and they are randomly selected again based on criteria specified in the Code of Federal Regulations. Children undergo 2 5-minute attempts to open the packaging first without demonstration and then later with demonstration. And based on the combination of results seen in these 2 tests, the certificate is awarded if testing was successful.
Quite rigorous indeed. It seems that with the stringent regulations that are imposed on these closures, they would have a standardized appearance. Is there any variety in these closures to help brands achieve shelf impact? Dawn, maybe you can tackle that one.
Yeah, it's ironic you should mention because the variation in the child-resistant closures has expanded dramatically, especially since there's a lot more on the shelf child-resistant closures. You can find anything from the standard 2-piece push down and turn closure, easy opens and knurlings that are added, and even 2-material grippable closures, all to help ease the arthritis patient or make it more senior friendly in the process. Squeeze and turns are very popular, and line up the arrows where you actually have to have the bottle line up with the closure are really popular. And then there's several different types of custom closures. MoldRite actually prides itself on reliability and responsiveness, and that's why we keep millions of these closures in stock and ready for delivery in our warehouse. We have both pictorial and text instructions, embossed, debossed options on our Easy Safe closures and our standard stock CR closures. We have smooth top versions, which can allow a custom printed instruction on the top. And we also even have a 10 lock tab closure that is designed specifically for the automotive market that you'll often see on products like antifreeze and windshield washer fluid. At MoldRite, we produce many varieties of these styles, colors, and customized versions of the child-resistant closures, and our customers have a lot of competition for shelf space. So a package that has an impactful presence in the vast OTC aisle of their local pharmacy is a great benefit that can help brand recognition and create growth in a market share.